Shiba Inu did something yesterday that may actually be setting us up for this week of green ahead. Can we turn this into some positive momentum and actually create a little bit of a breakout here? That's what I want to talk about in this video with you guys, because frankly, things just continue to look really darn good. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So yes, we're kind of doing this red, green, red, green, red, green. But while we're doing that, we're slowly but surely working up and to the right. And that's a great sign. You're seeing a pretty heavy accumulation for SHIB. We're actually seeing holders on the rise. We did actually hit 1.528 million holders. It's actually 1.5282 today. So we're seeing fundamental foundational growth with Shiba Inu. It's slow, it's steady though. And what we are doing is we're staying above this 20-day moving average right now. This is a really good sign. And I think what we did yesterday is a pretty good confirmation that SHIB can take a leg over the course of this week. And we actually closed our weekly candle right on top of this 200-week moving average. That is a pretty darn big deal. Now, obviously, we started off on a red note. We actually got a little bit of pumping overnight in the market. SHIB actually ran all the way up to 401437. And then we saw some retracement. We saw this across everything. Now it's a question of, what are we going to get as U.S. money wakes up and we start to get a little bit of a push here, all right? So this is a pretty big sign. And something I do want to remind people of is when we're looking at the Shiba Inu chart, just remember right now that this is still in play. This is where we're at. It looks like we're in this LPS phase. Doesn't look like we've gotten to SOS yet. So definitely something to potentially pay attention to there, right? This is kind of... might need to move this just a little bit, but that's kind of where we're at. We're bouncing around. This looks like our dip right before we try to take this next leg and hit the SOS phase, bouncing around 4016 or so. Now, obviously, this isn't a guarantee or financial advice or anything like that. Just understand that these things can be invalidated as well. What we still need to see is ETH making those significant moves. ETH has broken out of those boxes that we were watching here, which really isn't that significant. But what it shows you is that still ETH is pushing up towards this trend, or this resistance at $4,100. Like I talked about in some other videos yesterday, if we can break through that, I think that's where things start to liven up in the crypto market. Did want to just highlight second straight day of no exchange app downloads in the top 200. So retail's kind of gotten quiet over the weekend. It's the weekend. I really don't care. What I will say is BTC dominance just continues to be our friend here. So all these things are looking very good. And what I noticed in diving deep with Shiba Inu is that the bears and the shorts have kind of gotten out of the way once again. In fact, when we look at Shiba Inu here, we are currently sitting at a 14% imbalance to the long side. When was the last time that was the case? It's been a little bit of time, but we are seeing some spikes in terms of open interest. But what we are seeing is some short positions closed in the crypto market too. The longer that we're sitting in these ranges, the more likely it is that we're going to take another leg. All right. Now, obviously, again, excuse me, there are no guarantees. Things can change pretty fast. We can get some negative news to push the market down. But it seems like a lot of people have at least kicked the PTSD, the negatives, that mindset that we've been stuck with has just kind of been slowly but surely and fading away. That's exactly what we want to see. In terms of open interest for SHIB right now, we're sitting at $237 million overall. We obviously had a really nice spike back on July 21st. We ran to the highest levels we have seen since all the way back here in January. You guys know obviously what happened in the early part of February, but that's kind of where we're at. We're just kind of putzing around. We're just kind of making our way. We're trying to, again, confirm this breakout from the bigger, longer term trend here. We've been doing a pretty darn good job of it so far. I really don't want to retest back down at the 100-day moving average. That would suck. But being sandwiched between the 200-day and the 20-day here, not a bad place to be. It looks like we're starting to move towards a golden cross, which could be obviously a very good sign. Last time we got a golden cross was all the way back here in October. And then we obviously know SHIB went on a pretty nice run there from about 4017 all the way up to 4033. So almost 100% move. So yeah, SHIB's in a pretty darn good spot. We got some room to move on the weekly stochastic RSI, so we will see what happens as the week begins. So appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.